Hello everyone, Penal and Des here, and today I'm going to show you how to put a Continental R975 radial engine inside of your Brickmania 2018 M4 Sherman. So right here I have my 2018 Sherman from Brickmania. I think this will also work for their Patton's M4 Sherman, since I think that uses the same build as this, but I don't have that. I can't confirm it or test it, so I can only guarantee it with this tank. First step is taking off the turret and the engine deck, because we need to access the engine compartment. You can look in there, and there's a fair bit of space, but this 2x6 brick in the bottom is taking up more space than it needs to, and that's in the way. So you're going to need to take off your tracks and then pop that brick out. You should be able to just press on that, and this entire assembly will come out. This assembly, just pop everything off of it. The idler wheels, the jumper plates with the 2x4 tan plate, everything. You're then going to take this 2x6 and throw it away. We don't need it. It's a complete waste of time. It takes up too much space and it sucks. Instead, you're going to take a 2x6 plate, a 1x6 plate, two 1x1s, a 1x4, and two 1x2s. All of these in dark bluish gray. You're going to put everything back onto this 2x6 plate the same as it was on that 2x6 brick. All of it. The idler wheels, the jumper plates, the cheese slopes, everything. Then flip this over to the back side, and on the bottom is where you're going to put your 1x6. Your 1x4 is then going to go on top of that, centered. Your 1x1s are going to go in the upper corners, and then you're going to put your 1x2s. Now we effectively have a 2x6 brick with a gap in the top. So after this, just Wayne jangle it right back in there. That is assuming I can Wayne jangle properly. Can I Wayne jangle? I can. Put that back in there. Now, put that off to the side. After that, we build the engine. So you're going to need for this two of these web pieces that I don't know what to call. You're going to want these in either black or gunmetal gray, preferably one of both. You're also going to want a classic space radio antenna. For this, I'm using it in black, but light bluish gray or white will also work. You're going to need a light gray 4x4 satellite dish, if I can grab it, whatever, a white 2x2 satellite dish, and a black 3x3 satellite dish. You're going to need two of these Technic wheels. Color really doesn't matter, but the tires do need to be there, and they do need to be black. You're going to need three of these modified 1x1 clip plates. 3 at least. This is if you're putting it inside of your Sherman. If you're not putting it in the Sherman, you're going to want 7 for display. You're then going to want 2 of these Mixel's claw things, as well as a small white rubber band. Lego does make these. And now you're going to want a hollow stud. Color does not matter. It's going to be hidden. A gray stud and a gray tile that's rounded and is 1x1. So first you're going to take your antenna and you're going to put this white dish on such that it is like that. You want the dish facing away from the stud. On top of that is where you're going to take your black web piece and with studs facing away from the dish, slide that on. And then immediately on top of that, facing towards the web, is going to be your 4x4 dish. And you're going to push that until the stud on the bottom of this 4x4 connects in between the 4 studs on top of this web piece. So now, set that off to the side. Take your gunmetal gray web piece and put your clips on. Now that you have your clips, you're going to slide this on with the studs facing away from the dish. So this should lock onto the stud on top of the dish. Try to line it up with the other web-ish piece. And then straighten out your clamps or claws, whatever these are called. And then put on your 2 wheels. After that, take your black satellite dish, put on your hollow stud on the bottom, and then on the top, your gray stud and your tile. And then that slides right on. And then, less important detail, but I certainly think it looks nice, is taking these Mixel's claws and trying to get these into the sides of this outer web piece. Now, they'll be a little bit underneath this 2x2 satellite dish, but that'll help hold them in place. They should be facing inwards a little bit. And then you're going to take your rubber band and stretch them across the two. And that is your R975 Whirlwind. And then there's a little spot for a clamp on the bottom if you want to put it on display next to a Sherman if you can't actually fit it inside of your Sherman. If you do want to put it inside of your Sherman, you're going to remove this back and then put it right in. Should be right about there. And whoops, just messed up one of the clips. All right, there. Straighten up your cylinders. Things are going to move around when you put it in because this is not the strongest assembly in the world, but try and straighten everything up a little bit. Put it inside your Sherman and then gently press it in. And there is your Whirlwind engine inside of your Sherman. There. Need another click, but it's now in place. After that, you can put this back on. And it will have the historical forward slant to it, so it looks very good inside of your Sherman. Now, full disclosure, this engine is not going to fit inside with the engine deck on top. This is the best it's going to get, because this is just too darn thick. And with Lego, there's no way you're going to get that thinner. But, regardless, that is how you make an R975 Continental Radial engine for your M4 Sherman out of Legos. Thanks for watching. Bit of a different video, but there you go.